And the debt is going to be on all of us.
No, not on all of us. We'll be gone by then.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All of us, the young people.
Yeah, so you're not even asking this money we're borrowing and chopping and you're dancing. Who's going to pay it? Are you going to pay it by dancing?
And the funny part is you're collecting this money. The people that are giving you this money, they sign this contract. They don't just give it to you. There's a collateral.
So people are issuing 30-year bond, 20-something year bond, and the people who are supposed to pay these debts are not worried about the debt. So your father is borrowing money, using it to enjoy himself, take more chieftaincy title, and you're not worried about it. So the day he dies, you're still celebrating. Creditors will appear and say,
where's our money?
Your father is doing us. You know?
But that actually, for me, illustrates why it seems as though Nigerian youth are so detached. We are inheriting an already bad situation. By virtue of it seems as though the country has, because the country wasn't always like this.
No, that it is. Look at what I said. They should be the one questioning those things,
not waiting for it to happen.
But they're the ones who are celebrating it. They should be the ones saying no. One, most of them are more educated, more exposed.
Yes.
So they know what is happening in every other part of the world.
Yeah.
But choose
to ignore,
to be insanely complacent about it. So you see him, he said he doesn't care who is in charge. He doesn't care about what is happening, or P2B doesn't give anybody money. So let me go to somebody who gives money. Whose money is he giving you? Did he print any money? Was he born with any money? Whose money is he giving you? He's just collecting you just ruin your future. That abuse you are allowing him do, that corruption will take his revenge on you. I went to school. I went to the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. And I went to J. Allen in Enugu and bought a Volkswagen car for 2,700 naira, brand new, paid, drove it to university. Everybody knows AN 700 SA. That car one day in university, nobody knew what happened. The car got missing. I went to Umano Motors, bought a 505 SR, brand new, 7,500 naira.
As a student then?
As a student. Everybody that was in Nsukka when I was there knows who I am. There was a lot of us who were driving good cars. Chris Okotie, Emeka Nwobodo, Emeka Nwanko, by Honda Prelude. By the time I was in my final year, you can buy BMW at 12,000 naira. It was easy. Everything was working. So, and I live in the same society where 2,500 naira, 700 naira cannot buy you croissant. So I went the other day to have a small croissant bread in a what do they call it? Something there's something they call that place. I went there, it was 3,500. I said, I used to buy this. I told him, I used to buy this in one time. So I just said, okay, end of course.
End of course.
Okay, sir. With everything that you've said here and the history you've given, the good times you had in school, in UNN and all of that, can we now say that, not to offend you, your generation, maybe not you exactly, destroyed what we should be enjoying now? Because my father went to IMT Enugu, graduated, and the government gave him a 505 Peugeot for graduating well.
Okay.
There were other people who enjoyed UNN in your time.
Let me tell
1980s
you. Yes.
Thereabout.
You're not saying something. yes, you're right, but you're collaborating with the destruction.
How so?
Because you would have said, no. Like I said, if you look at what is happening in China, in other countries of the world, Indonesia, Asia, it is the youth that are protesting. It is youth that say, no, it cannot happen. We cannot continue this. That is not the life, because we want the future. How do you have a country that have the highest number of poor people living in any nation, and yet they accept everything thrown on them?
So are you saying, I mean, you said something just now. You say it's the youth that, which means we're just complacent of everything, we're just sitting back and taking everything. Are you in Nepal? Not too long, the youth stood up one day and said they were tired.
Yeah.
No, not just doing Nepal way. When there's election, they can get up and vote and insist that their vote must count.
How do you
whatever we have, whatever that can make us a great nation, God gave it to us free. Whatever that can make a country great, he said his father went to IMT. IMT was one of the great schools set several years ago. The greatest school in India today is Bombay Institute of Technology. It produces billionaires in India. That institution was set up by, call it colonial masters of British. About the same time they set up Yaba College of Technology.
Yaba Tech.
And so was other college of technology, said IMT, all this. We are there today. I told somebody just this morning, I said that the biggest vaccine production facility in the world today is in India. That was set up almost 20 years after Nigerian vaccine facility was set up in Yaba. That's where they produce the vaccines they used to fight smallpox, chickenpox, everything.
All that, yeah.
Produced in Nigeria, even exported to other countries. Somewhere along the line, somebody decided, oh, we need to overhaul the machines. Imported new machines. They never installed it. They are still in cases of over 30 years.
So that just shut down like that.
That's the country, because it's easier to import. And the youth of today don't know and try to. If I call them to a meeting and say, let's discuss, they want it to be in a posh restaurant. If I call them and say, let's do this, they do. I've been showing somebody an example because I'm going to give it to you to read. I was traveling with a young man, a young fellow, and I said, we arrived at a particular airport, and I said to him, oh, we're going to go into the lounge, the business class lounge. I was in business class. And there was a fantastic restaurant outside, not in the lounge, outside the lounge, with fantastic food. And I said, oh, this will have nice food, fantastic. He said, let's go and sit down and eat there. And I said, it's going to cost us. They actually say $100, €100 per person, and you eat whatever you like. And I said, but in the lounge, the food is free, so
obviously,
why are we going to eat this one? He said, no, the food in the lounge is not okay and everything. But I said, but it's free. So we should. He said, no. I said, let me tell you, that $100 or €100, if you take it to your village, it will change people.
But what if he just wants to spoil himself?
He said, I said, no. We argued. I said, I know a motherless baby soon. I know people in your village who needs that money. So, after an argument, reluctantly, he followed me to the lounge.
Yeah.
I'm going to show her. I don't want you to call name, but I want you to see. I want you to see. So, reluctantly, he agreed with me, followed me to the lounge, and we had very good enjoyment. And he took it upon himself. So, he say, eventually, he's now, I said, that $100, you won't believe what it will do in your village. So,
You've seen something.
You have seen something.
You've seen something.
So you see where he donated it?
Yes.
He donated that $100. That is the equivalent.
160,000 naira.
160,000. That was what I said. And I said, please tell my people, tell them I love them. I want to visit them
Next month.
next month. I said, you see what? And that's what happened to me. The way I'm traveling, and somebody says to me, oh, Peter, why you know traveling this way? It's just a difference of 100 or 200,000 naira. I say, where's your village? And he will say so. So we get to the village square in his place. And I say, okay, these are women and young people selling products. Let's give them 20,000 to support their business. And what you will see, what am I trying to say? We must prioritize our life.
Okay.
We must do those things. So if I call you to a meeting now and say, let's discuss Nigeria,
And I
the
say,
first thing you tell me is that where are we going to meet? And I said, why don't we meet somewhere around the Ajogunle? Say, oh, I've never been there. Why not in the island? But that's where we have the problem.
And you can see Nedu's face too.
I mean, okay, well.
Well, you guys also, me, I'm not good.
We understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
So we must start discussing the problem.